Hey folks, how you doing? This is Susie Meadows. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to hope you're doing good on this Monday afternoon. I am going to check on my iPad and see if we are broadcasting, and it looks like we are. Good deal. Excellent. Well, as you come on, as you start watching, please leave a comment. Let me know you're here. I'd love to chat just a little bit. Let me know you're on. Let me know where you're from, that sort of thing. I am Susie Meadows. I am, hello, Miss Debbie. So glad you joined me. Cool. I'm Susie Meadows. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Central Indiana, and just want to show you a few things today. I come every Monday evening at 5, and we used to have classes in the library, but that has not been working, so we are doing remotely, and so it's Monday. Woohoo! Yeah, actually, I was ready for a little bit longer weekend. I don't know about you guys, but we had snow. Not too bad. We had a little bit, but not too bad at all. So, but I think we are going to, I'm looking at my list to see what we're doing. In the event, I talked about what do lips, and I should have said kisses. Kisses, donkeys, and ombre. What do they have to do with each other? Well, I'm going to show you because we're going to create with all three of those. And so let me go ahead and turn you down so you know how this goes. There's a little bit of, I've got to move buttons. Okay. There we go. We got a good start. So hang on. There we go. I try to block it just a little bit so you don't see all the chaos there. Hey, Mary Lynn, glad you joined me. I am adjusting the camera just a little bit here. So welcome. Glad you could join us, Mary Lynn. And Debbie's on here too. Cool. Oops, it's a little crooked there. That's okay. I think that's good. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to move it just a little bit more. Yep. There we go. I just have to deal with it. It's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. So, welcome. And okay. I got to show you some of my little cute punchies. These are some of the punches that are in this mini catalog, and I've showed you some cards with the sweet strawberry. I have not showed you the ice cream sweet. I love this punch, and there's also a stamp set. But I'm going to wait. I want to wait till it's a little bit warmer because I like ice cream, but I don't necessarily like it in winter. I mean, don't get me wrong. I won't turn it down, but I do like it. I like it when it's a little bit warmer. So I think here in the spring, I'm going to try to do a class with that, potentially. And I see the camera is still a little wonky. Well, there we go. See if that'll work better. I think it will work better. Okay, so, enough gabbing. Okay, we are going to the three things that kisses, donkeys, and ombre have to do together. They're all part of this mini catalog. In fact, here's the kisses, and I've used it a little bit in the past. This is in our January to June catalog. And the other two goodies are free. So if you have not looked at this lately, you might check it out because the donkey set is free, and the ombre, the so ombre paper is free. And I wanted to show you some of the neat things you can do with it because there is less than 27 days because we're in February. I can't believe it, but we are in February. And so there's only a few more, less than a month that you can get these goodies. So, okay, enough gabbing. Let me get going. let me show you some of the things. This is the stamp set, Darling Donkeys. And I didn't play with it for a while because I had to do some thinking. But I'm ready to play. And the Oso Ombre. This is the paper. You get, how many sheets? You get 48 sheets of paper with, of course, they're double-sided. So you get several sheets in this. And I have been using this pack quite a bit. And I don't know if you celebrate Galentine's Day. I never have before. But, you know, I think this year I'm going to. Since I'm not out and about, I'm not necessarily going to celebrate Valentine's, but I will Galentine's because I have a bunch of friends I'd like to share that with. Hey, Susan, glad you joined. So these are the 3 goodies we're going to play with. And the first thing is we are going to use the donkeys. And we are going to use this ombre. So get my goodies out here. We're going to use this donkey and hee-haw. Now, when I first looked at this set, this hee-haw, I just started giggling. Not just smiling. I mean, literally giggling. I just had fun with it. So what we're going to need, I need to get everything out here. Here's what you need. I thought I would go ahead. Let me move stuff here. Oh, by the way, if you are interested in ordering anything, here's my host code for the month here for this at the craftingwithsusiestampingup.net. So I'd love for you to, if there's any goodies you want, that's the way to grab that. So we are going to need, of course, the stamps. We're going to need 2 sheets of, and these are 6 by 6. Okay, and then we're going to need white cardstock and ink. So you only need 4 items to make this card. So let me get all my goodies out. Okay, okay. We need a 6 by 6. The second piece is a 3, nope. It is a 4 1/4. It's a 3 by 5 1/2. Holy cow. You would think I haven't organized it all, and I really have. Okay, the white cardstock we need. We need a 2 1/2 inch square. We need a 1 inch by 4 1/4. We need a little bitty piece, 1/2 inch by 1 1/2, and that's for a sentiment. And this is just an extra that I cut off. So, okay, so the first thing we are going to do is we're going to stamp because I like to let the ink I like it to let it dry a little bit. We're going to use this hee-haw. And I'm sending it flying. Okay. We're just going to straight down and up. There we go. That's perfect. Now we're going to use this. To me, it's a laughing donkey. I actually have a donkey that lives at the end of the road. And so in the summer when I'm out and about, it's funny. I just randomly, you'll hear it. I think this donkey is kicking his heels up. So we're going to go at an angle here. Okay, good. So we are going to let those dry. We're going to get the ink, move it out of the way. Okay, now we need our trimmer, and as we do this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a card totally out of designer series paper, out of this 6 by 6. Well, Susan, you are welcome to lurk. I understand we've got to work, don't we, to pay the bills. So just every once in a while, just glance over if you want, or you can watch the replay. Okay, so as we look at this, pardon me, at this 6 by 6, you got to figure out what you want the front to be. Well, I want this to be front, and I want this to be back. So, oops, let me see. How can I scoot things over just a little bit? Because I want to get the trimmer in better. Okay, bring this trimmer in. Okay, this is my front. Now, I'm going to make this the same size as a normal card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So, I think I am going to, this is a 6-inch piece of paper. And remember, a card is 5 1/2. So I'm just going to take 1/2 inch off. There we go. I'm just going to take that off. Now I need to score it. And we are going to score a half of a card is 4 1/4. So I'm going to come here. There's 4 1/4. Okay, get my cutting blade out of the way. Remember, this is thinner paper, so don't push real hard. But we just scored it, so there we go. Now, get this out of the way. We are going to fold this on the score line. There we go. Are you seeing what I'm doing? That is going to be your card. Now, you got 2 ways to adhere this front. You can use the multi-purpose glue, or you can use tear and tape. And I've done both, but this time I'm going to use the tear and tape. I sort of like it. The thing is, with tear and tape, you don't have as much chance to, if you goof, it's down. So, whereas the multi-purpose glue, you got a little bit of time to maneuver it, to squish it if it's in the wrong spot. But, so press this down really good. Take your pick tool and just peel up. Get the release. There we go. Now, I want the darker at the bottom. So the way I do it is I want to make sure I have I'm going to put my hand here so I can't glue it down just yet, because I want to get my ends matching. They're matching. Now I'm going to go down. There we go. So we have our card front. Isn't that cool? And we're going to put that right there. And then I want this. I want a strip of this right here. Well, this is that 1/2 inch I took off. So you can use your trimmer if you want. I'm just going to, I think I'm going to go the whole way. Yep. So I'm just going to snip it a little bit. I know I'm going to trim it again. And now I'm going to use my liquid glue, my multi-purpose glue. This is a new bottle, and it has not been working with me. You ever have that sometimes? Okay. I'm going to put this, I think I want the darker over here. So I'm going to put it right in the middle. There we go. Okay. Now see, it's sticking out a little bit, and that's okay, but that's where I can just turn it over and trim it. Okay, we're going to put this right in the middle. I'm going to glue it down. Just a little bit of glue here. I'm going to put it in the middle. And look at that, it's hanging over a little bit, so I've got to trim it once again, which is okay. See how that, you got to trim? You wouldn't have to, but I like my edges clean. So just turn it over where I can get to it. Okay, there we go. Now we are ready to put this card together. Now, I don't think I mentioned, this is an easy card because it only takes 4 items. It takes some pattern paper, it takes your stamp set, it takes some white cardstock and ink. So to me, this is an easier card. You can always bump it up by adding dimensions behind it, adding bling. I'm not going to. I want to show an easy card, and then we will. Don't worry. We will bump this up here in a minute. We will bump it up a bit. See, I'm just doing it at an angle. I think that looks good. Now, I could go straight like that, but I want to trim it just a little bit. I like having a bigger piece, and then I can always trim. Now, I'm making a flag tail or a fish, fish tail? And so what I do, I cut it straight in, halfway. I cut it in the middle, as far deep as I want it to be. And then I come to each corner. And there we go. We have a fish tail. That was easy. There's also punches you can use, but I think I'm good doing it this way. Now, I want this hee-haw. I'm going to put it right here. There we go. Okay, so this is an easy card only needing these 4 goodies. Now, one thing I like to do is on the inside, surprise, it's green. Since this is designer series paper and it is not as thick, I like taking a piece of white cardstock and putting it in the middle. And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to put it in. The way I like to line it up is I ignore the inside and I just want my 3 outside edges to be symmetrical. So there we go. So I don't care what it is in here because in the crease it doesn't matter. And what this did, this strengthened the card just a little bit more. So how is that? Woohoo! So that is our easy card. Now, I want to bump it up a little bit. So let me move some things over. Okay. There we go. I haven't been seeing comments. Good deal. Okay, Susan. Yep, I understand having to lower the volume. Sometimes we've got to do that. Okay, so let's bump this up just a little bit. And let's make a more elaborate card. So it's going to take a few more goodies. I'm getting everything out here. Now, I have already cut a few items. I'm getting everything out. Here we go. So once again, we're going to start with a card. We're going to use the designer series paper as our base. And I have already scored it. And this time, I'm going to use green. So let me move this over here. Get that over there. Scoot it over. I see the, oh my, the camera's really slouching, isn't it? Let me see if I can move this up just a little bit. There we go. There we go. Good deal. Thank you. Thanks for being patient. Okay, now I'm going to use designer series paper. Nope, we have this. I'm going to use cardstock. This is Granny Apple Green. But what I want to do is I want to add some texture. So to do that, I'm going to use the Mini Boss. I love this little dude. I use it quite frequently. And I'm going to shake your world because I'm literally going to shake the camera. I'm going to use one of these Meadow Moments embossing folders. I'm going to use this one, the butterflies and the leaves. And the thing is, you know, they come the same size as our Mini Boss. And so this gives me the instructions. I'm starting with plate 1. And I'm going to put, I'm not doing a die cut. I'm actually going to do an embossing folder. So 1, the folder, and number 3. So let's get our paper in here however we want it. I like it sort of lined up. I don't know, maybe I like this side better. I don't know that really matters, but that's the way I'm going to go. So I've got my I've got my folder with paper, and now I'm just going to start it. And like I said, I'm going to shake your world. So, how's that? Yep, I shook your world, didn't I? Okay, these clothes, get them out of the way. The Mini Boss. I just love that little dude. Okay, we're going to take this out. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And I think if a different card with these butterflies, I have a butterfly punch and I have some leaves. So, I can do a lot with this. I just purchased this, so I've not played with this one much at all. Okay, we're going to do the same thing as we did before. And we're going to put that right on the front. Well, I'm going to use the glue this time, but I've lost the glue. It's hidden behind my iPad. Okay. We're just going to put a little bit of glue right there. And I'm going to put a little bit here. Because my edges don't meet is what it is. So there we go. Okay. And I'm going to, once again, I think I'm in, yep, good. I'm up here. So I want my corners to match. Scooch you out. Scooch you out. There we go. Woo, looking pretty, isn't it? I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Now, I have done, like I said, we're moving this up to elaborate. So, what I'm doing is, I don't know if you use blends or not, but these are some of the options. I colored this particular donkey, and I started with watercolor pencils with a blender pen. And as you notice, and I've seen donkeys both brown and gray. So I think if you go either way, you're safe. So, well, thank Mary Lynn. And I like doing easy to elaborate because not everybody has all the material. And some folks are just starting out. So here's a place to start. And then you can bump it up, step it up if you so choose. So here's the watercolor pencils with a blender pen. And then I use crumb cake blends. I'm not sure if you know, blends are, let me pull one out, are Stampin' blends. They're alcohol markers. And they're called blends because you blend. And I'm going to show you, we're going to make one real quick here. We're going to color one. So this was crumb cake. This one was smoky slate. This one, gray granite. And here I use gray granite and crumb cake together so you can blend them to other colors. So I just wanted to show you, these are some of the ways you can add color to your donkey. But I tell you, that donkey didn't need color. I like it as it is. But I want to show you how to do this. Okay, so I've just got a piece of paper because these blends will bleed through. So I play. I don't know the correct way of doing everything, but this is just how I found I like to do it. Okay, I have a smoky slate. Oh, I don't want that. I started to use the wrong color. Put it back. Okay, we've got the dark gray granite and we have the light. Now, you can start with dark or light. It does not, I don't think it matters. I've done it both ways. I prefer with the dark, and that's just me, but I have seen other people that do it with the light. Now, one thing, I stamped this earlier with Momento Ink because that works best for blends, and I let it dry. Some of our other inks do better with different types of coloring. But Momento works the best with these blends. And so I'm just going around following. And as you can see, this is pretty stark. That's quite stark. Now, I like just putting a fast layer of the light down. I'm not blending at this point. I'm just really wanting some of the ink down, and I'm using my brush tip just to really quick put some down. Now I'm ready to start blending, so I'm going to go to the bullet tip, and what works the best for me is doing it in circular motions. I come out here on the dark and I move it into the middle because I'm blending. I am blending that dark, the light into the dark. Yep, it's a little squeaky, and that's okay. Okay, and now I'm going to go get this line here. And I'm going to go over it again. And it's going to look different when it dries. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and let that dry a little bit, and I'll come back. I like the donkey. I think the donkey needs some fairly pink ears, a little bit of a pink nose and nostril, and maybe just a little bit of that. Okay. I need my rose. We will do that with Rococo Rose. Okay, we are going to do Granny Apple Green. And I'm using these colors because these are the colors that go with that Oh So Ombre paper. So no matter what color I use, it's going to go together. Now, I need the dark because I want to color the hooves in. Okay. Just coloring the hooves a little bit. Now, one thing to think of, this ink will bleed, so I am not going all the way to the line. I'm going close to it, but not all the way to the line. Now, let's see. Oh, now see, to me, I can see some areas, so I want to come back in and do a little more blending. There we go. And, okay. Now, this is where I'm going to use crumb cake. I'm using light. This is dark. You know, I think I want light. Do I have a light? Or maybe I use dark. I don't know. Let's start with the light first. I'm just curious. I can't remember. Yep, I wanted light. And I'm just going over my gray. And hopefully you'll be able to see it will look different. It'll give us a different look. There we go. And put a little bit up here, and we'll, and his ears, and his tail. Okay. Now, I want to blend that in. I could stop here. Let's bring this up. I could stop right here, but I want to make sure I'm blending well. So I'm taking my light, which is what I'm blending with everything, and I'm going over it all. There we go. Okay, I think that looks good. Now, we're going to let it, I need to take one layer off here. So hang on while I get my outer layer off, my sweatshirt. I see my camera went down again. I just am not hitting these firm enough. Yep, it is what it is. We're going to keep moving. Okay. Now, look at these. You see how this bleeds through? But yet it didn't bleed on my paper. But you just need to remember that it will do a little bit of bleeding. So if you want to hide your mechanics, always put this on top of something. Okay, so this is how you colored. And like I said, these are some of the different examples of how we did our coloring. Now let me get this out of the way. Now I actually colored this one a little bit earlier, because I wanted it to dry, and I also wanted this shape. This is stitched nested shapes. And I am going to glue this down. And I'm going to put this, okay. I punched out Happy Galentine's Day. I'll show you here in a minute. And so what I'm doing, I'm just fitting this, doing a dry fit. Okay. Like I said, I've historically not celebrated Valentine's or Galentine's Day, but I wanted to make some cards, and so that's where I got hearts and kisses. And I punched this out, and we're going to bump it up. I'm going to give it some elevation with some dimensionals, Stampin' dimensionals. Thank you, Miss Debbie. Thank you, thank you. I wish we could get together and craft. I miss seeing you crafting, and I miss seeing you at church. And oh, I wanted to show you, if you have problems getting those dimensional backs off, this is a really nice use of Take Your Pick tool. You just come in here on the corner of it, and you pick them up. And it's all contained. And then that way you can pitch them all at once. But I will tell you, that does not stop me from finding dimensionals everywhere in my house. Okay. So we are going, I think I like that right there. And then I used this Ornate ribbon. And I tied a bow earlier because I knew I was going to be coloring. And so I didn't want you to have to wait till I got done coloring. And I think we can put it here or here. I sort of like it. I like it there. Well, as usual, I like using my mini glue dots. And I'm just going to roll it into a log because I don't want any of the glue sticking up from the card and catching on something. So I'm going to, how is that? I like it. I like it. And I just think that, oh, you know, and we need just a little bit of bling. As in Wink of Stello, We need just the flower needs to be shiny. It's a pretty flower. Now, of course, you probably can't see it clear down there. I don't know if you can see it up here or not, but Wink of Stella, it just does everything. So, okay, so this was our easy to elaborate, our cards. And I want to go ahead and show you a few other things that I've made. When I first saw, where am I finding them? Oh, here we go. I'm bringing them over. Okay, probably going to see my messy area here. Here is one of them that I made with the donkey. And these are the, let me see. They are ornate frames. I just love that. And this is an embossing folder, Dainty Diamonds. And last time I showed you how to color these little resin hearts. And so I colored them with the blends, the same blends as I did for the rose. But I think that's a really pretty. But to me, this is an elaborate card. So it takes some product. And not everybody has that. Now, the ombre paper, I wanted to show you. This is where, as I was trimming, I had a whole bunch of little strips. And so I just cut them all to the same size. Well, thank you guys for the hearts and the thumbs up. And I just put them together. This is that new ribbon. It's the striped Blackberry Bliss ribbon. I really like that. And hey there, friend. And this is Rococo Rose. Now, you can also stamp on designer series paper. And this is an example of doing that. This is the waterfront stamp I've had for quite a while. But I stamped the different colors. This is Bermuda Bay ink. This was soft suede ink, I believe. And this was shaded spruce. So what it does, it just you see different tones of color. And this is the hammered embossing folder, and this is some of this ribbon is the metallic mesh, and it's from the Christmas, the holiday, but catalog, but it's still around. You can still order that, and I just thought that added some nice variety to this card. Now, when I initially saw this donkey set, I don't know if you remember the TV show Hee Haw. We watched that, and it was such a hoot. And so I wanted to figure out a way to use Hee Haw, use the donkey, and somehow figure out lips. Because I in my mind, I visualize lips with Hee Haw coming out. Because of that animation, but I don't know how to do that. So this is what I came up instead. These are the lips. Here's my donkey. And actually, this is a fairly easy card. I just stamped, and I could have stamped the lips right on this piece of paper, but I didn't know my placement, so I just went ahead and stamped and punched it. And that punch, here we go, is the kiss punch. You have lips and you have the heart. And I used this last time. So this was a really easy card. And a couple others. I only have a couple others, guys. We're just about done here. So this is, once again, this is the ombre paper. Now this conversation bubble is from the Snailed It suite. There's a die that does that. And this die cut for the heart, that is, what is it? Mini heart dies. And I colored it with blends, and I used this ribbon. Actually, I cut it in half because it was too big. So that was another one. And the very last one I wanted to show you guys is this one. And both of these are the Oso Ombre paper. Here I cut out the donkey. I colored it with watercolor pencils. And this stamp set is, so both the donkey stamp set and the corner bouquet stamp set is free. And in fact, Marilyn, you got this one. So this is one thing you can do as an option. So these are the ones I wanted to show you. Easy to elaborate. And yes. Oh, one last, I forgot bling. I was going to put bling on this one. Opal rounds. I haven't used these much, but I'm sort of liking them. And so I want to go with a large one I think I want a large one right there. I want some smaller ones. Oh, I want a small one right there. And I want another small one right here. I don't know if you can see, there's just a little bit of glitter in that. So anyway, those are the opal rounds. Oh, I turned over my ice cream cone. You saw my mechanics. That's okay. So gang, so once again, this is what I came up with the kisses, the donkeys, and the Oso Ombre paper. So you might consider this as you, once again, celebration is only till the end of the month. And this is one of your options, spending $50. The Darling Donkeys is another option, spending $50. And so is this one. So I just wanted to make sure you saw that you have some options. And like I said, if you're interested in some goodies, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Here's my host code, and that's where you can catch up with me. And the one last thing two last things. I don't know if you have seen this on Pinterest, but Hey Chick and Hey Birthday Chick. These bundles are starting tomorrow that you can pick those up. And one of these bundles, I don't know if you remember, I guess one of them is a throwback from 2017. I didn't remember it. I'm going to find in our, if you ever are looking for things, go to this back. Go to the back here, the back 2 pages, and you can find, it's an index. Here we go. Page 52 is what I'm looking for. Here we go. 50. Here we go. Okay. So there is in the January to June catalog, this one, Happy Birthday Chick, is in there. But now what they have done is they have added dies that will cut out these 3. And along with that, they give you fence, a feed sack, happy birthday. I've seen that and I really like that. And a little chick. And what they have brought back from previously is this one. This was in 2017. They had that stamp set. And I really like this because there's a chicken coop. There's a sign. That's corn. That's all about Indiana right there. So, and chicken wire fence. So I haven't purchased them. I'm considering them. But I will put this on the Facebook page because this is not in the catalogs. But I want you to know that it is available starting February, tomorrow, and it's good till the end of June. So, there you go, guys. Okay, whew, we made it. It's a little bit longer, about 10 minutes longer than what I like. I like trying to keep these around half an hour. But thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you coming and commenting. If you've got a crafty friend, share this video. And then I will also later on send out the YouTube. I try to load this up to YouTube. And so you may have some friends you can share this with. And hopefully soon we can start getting back together face to face, at least those of us local. And Susan, you're in Florida, so continue to come, check out the online and things like that. So, hey, it's good seeing y'all. You take care, be safe, and I'll catch up with you next Monday at 5 o'clock. Thanks, gang. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.